Welcome to Punky's World. Okay, this is our quarterly dive into Family Tree magazine. This particular magazine has a few things. Here it is. It's organizing your inherited stuff, which okay. Identify what you have, inventory it. Okay. It's teaching you how to archive your materials. Scrapbooks and things like that are great. I have a lot of ephemera, which I should have in a box. I still need to find those newspaper articles for Alan Carey. These are the things that you need. Acid-free, lignin-free, PAT approved. I'm not sure what that is. It must be some kind of archivist thing. Clean white cotton or rag cotton paper. I guess that's for wrapping things. Archival plastic paper clips. Didn't know they made archival paper clips. And archival boxes like these. Don't use cardboard. And for heavens, to Betsy's sake, and this didn't need to say it because I already saw the damage it does, don't wrap your precious old photos and paintings, especially in newspaper. Oh boy. We had an archival nightmare at the Historical Society because someone decided, probably someone who donated it, to wrap this, maybe not, I don't know, to wrap this big family painting in newspaper. It stuck to it. It was a complete and utter nightmare when being unwrapped to be archived. We just went, ugh! Literally. That's the sound we made and what our mouths looked like. Because we were trying to see what it was and figure out, because we were cleaning out and archiving things. In this case, it's too delicate and too big to be displayed. So we were going to put it in the photo archive. So we kind of, oh my God, why did you put it in that paper, So yeah, that goes without saying that that's a very, very bad idea. Create a detailed inventory and organize. Okay. Look at that. Anyway, that's about digitizing your genealogy. Most of us have already kind of done that. Well, there are some websites to help you digitize, yeah, I can talk. Huh. I'll have to look at Adobe Scan. There are some scanner apps. And there's also some apps for digitizing pictures. So I will be sure and link some of these. Let me grab a highlighter. Highlight my life. Never used a brown highlighter before, but anyway. It's more like a translucent flesh tone. I'm doing this for my sake as much as for the video's sake. If any of them are pay, I might skip them, but hopefully Adobe Scan is free. I like the idea of using Adobe Scan to pull out text, because I have text, and Adobe Scan is supposed to, and Adobe is a good name, been around forever. They make a lot of great software. Usually pretty high end, although like the Adobe PDF Reader and stuff like that is free. So yeah, you're talking about all the different kind of scanners you can use. But then there are scanning apps that will help you to, like I said, pull out text, which is awesome. Anyway, and they're showing you some of the scanners. My mother and I talked about getting a portable scanner, one of those ones you could just take with you and scan the records. That still might be in my future. And understand what materials you have. Photographs, whether you have audio recordings, slides and negatives, home movies. I have a fair amount of negatives. But my Fuji camera, not this one. This one is, this Fuji camera is actually digital. But my Fuji camera, which is here somewhere, takes film, but the negatives come back inside the film canister, and I have like a clamshell that they're all in. I hope I kept that. And heirlooms in your house. Now, my probably greatest heirloom is hanging in my kitchen. My great-grandmother, possibly my great-great-grandmother's sign. It's probably the oldest thing. No, it is the oldest thing in this house. Even though I have that old desk, that is the oldest thing in this house. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was my great-great-grandmother's. And it just scares me, the thought. And I plan on being here for another 50 years. I really do hope. I should say I really do pray. But it scares me what's going to happen to that. Because that is the most important thing. I have some coins. I mean, they're valuable, but they're not like, I'm going to make $1 million valuable. They're worth many times face value, let's put it that way. And but like I said, they're not gonna make me rich in any way, shape, or form. They're locked up. Let's see. I have ephemera. A lot of it's copied, but there are articles, letters from my great-grandmother on my mother's side. I have lots of handwritten material from a cousin on my, one of my father's cousins. So I do have, and I have those books from 1939 and 40 that I did a video on. So preserving this stuff is very important, and I have a lot of old pictures. So just kind of figure out what you have. You may have more of your history than I have some jewelry. I keep interrupting myself. You may have more of your history than you think you do. So The next thing that they're talking to you about is that I want to talk to you about is death-related mementos. I know that sounds terrible, but post-mortem mementos, like hair jewelry, mass memorial cards, the funeral sign-in books, pictures of people at the funeral, and also post-mortem pictures, which were a common thing back in the day. Coffin plates. Let me show you a picture of what a coffin plate is. Right here. What those are the name of the person and the dates, and it's something that gets put on a coffin. Sometimes they do them today, but not as often. Back in the day, well, at one time, it was actually, again, I'll show it to you. Something they did quite often. And some people still have them. They and I, excuse me, recommend eBay to find your old family photos, to find old family Bibles, records from your area, or pieces of memorabilia that would coincide with your life. Like for me, probably to me, the blanket that we have that's sitting in a box in my office with the invoice means more to me than probably anybody else, because it's more personal to me. My father spent my entire childhood working in that mill, making those blankets, dyeing the wool for those blankets. And so for me, it's very personal, because my dad literally made this. He dyed the wool. He took the wool off the truck. He opened the bales of wool, put it in the dyer. He did all of that. Put it in the dryer. To me, because my father's hands were in it, it means absolutely everything. And it's the only one in the museum. There was one for sale on eBay, and that's where I was going. But actually, it wasn't eBay. And there was a gentleman on eBay that was supposed to get back to us because he had pay slips from the 40s from the mill, and he never got back to us. That he was going to donate. So I don't know what happened. Also, and I added this. There are Facebook groups, and I'm part of at least one, where they're set up because people go yard sailing or to thrift stores or to antique shops, and they find pictures. They'll buy this pretty frame with this picture of someone in it that wasn't the picture that came with the frame. In fact, back then I'm not sure they did that. And want to return it to the family. So they do have Facebook groups for that. Definitely join those if you're looking for pictures or other mementos of your family that they want to return. People are good. Okay, I'll get to the German. Cemetery records, page 60. I wrote down, oh, this is the family curator's short list. Vital records, employment records, which are hard to come by. Educational records, again, very hard to come by. Church records, directories and address books, military records, can get those. Family history research, narratives, charts, family trees, things like that. So that's what you need. And they're telling you what to let go of. Okay. Now, cemetery records, let me just hop on over there. Okay, here we go. You can call the cemetery office or the cemetery commission and get kind of an idea of where the person is buried. So, yeah. This is a burial permit, and they're showing you the things you can find on it. I also recommend newspapers. I also recommend that you go to the funeral homes. They're listed on the death record. Okay, Chronicling America is free old newspapers in America. So, what the heck is going on here? Put that there. Put the phone there. Actually, we'll put them both there. Anyway, whoa. So I will add that in the links. Okay. Now, since there is something on German records, we will, like I said, we'll do the pull-out on obituaries and at another time. Oh, I pulled this out because there's an inherited research inventory on the back of it. But I want to go over the... What was I going over? I left it over here and anyway. Oh, the German words, page 45. Okay. But real quick, they're doing a massive digitization project in Canada of books dating as far back as the year 1200. They're all being digitized to go online. There are 100,000 of them going online now, and another 500 million by 2026. Okay, page 45, German. Now, my grandfather, not my natural grandfather, I wish he was German. So, I find this interesting. There's a short list of words, like evangelisch, which is Protestant, both Lutheran and Reformed. Geboren, or Geb, is born. Geburten is births. Heiratem is marriage. Katholisch is Catholic, or Katholisch. Krisis is district. Manlich is male. Manlich, sorry. Nachem is surname. Number, or NR, is number. Ort is location. And register is register. Son is son, S-O-H-N. Standescent, Civil Register's Office. Sternberegister, Register of Deaths. Suche, search. Tochter, daughter. Vorname, forename, or first name. Weiblich, female. Wohnhaft, resident. Let me try to show this to you so you can pause it if you need it. And I'm going to tell you a couple of French words that I know. When you're looking at French records, enfant, E-N, is child. Espouse, espose, is spouse, or husband or wife. The months are pretty easy to delineate. What was that? Oh. Who the hell are you? Sorry guys, I don't know who this person is sending me an attachment. Unless it's to a group. Oh. Okay. Anyway. Grandmother is mémé or mémère. And pépère or pépé would be grandfather, but you wouldn't see that in records. Trying to think. I know more, but I can't think of it. Spanish is very similar. Esposo is spouse. It's very similar, by the way, just so you know. I can't think of any other French off the top of my head, but I know more when I look at records. Like, I can distinguish months of the year and days of the week. Because they don't look that different, you know? So I hope this helped. And like I said, I will go over that obituary one. Take good notes. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye, guys.